sort of start at the beginning. Boar, tell us a little bit about the film and your character, Oscar.
Just a big killer pig that goes around killing everyone, basically.
Simple.
Oscar's, how can I describe him? Yeah, so he's got a dog, Whiskey, obviously in the film, and he's a backpacker, and yeah, ended up getting munched alive and destroyed basically by a big killer pig.
Yeah, there's some fantastic practical effects in the film, and I'm taking it while you were there.
Yeah.
You had the animatronics, you had the models. What was it like?
Pig's huge, massive, and it looked really, really good visually as well. They did a really good job. Really good job in it. Chris was better at explaining this. He did it when we were in Brussels with all the visual effects and how the pig worked and stuff like that. But I mean, when you watch it on camera, I think he did really well with the funding that they had to do it and stuff like that, the visual effects for a lot of kill scenes. I mean, there was, how many kill scenes? So, a lot. One of the most that you'll ever see in film, so.
You're talking quite enthusiastically about kill scenes. You're a horror fan yourself?
Yes, but this is more of a gory film. It's not really a horror, really, is it? It's more of a gory. It's got a bit of funny lines in it as well. Nathan Jones normally plays a bad guy because he's so big in all the films that you've seen him in previously. But I mean, one of the scenes that he's in, you see this big dude. He's taking on the pig, and people love that kind of stuff. Seeing this big 7-foot monster take on this big killer pig, that's the kind of stuff that people want to see, isn't it?
And you're obviously also no stranger to cameras and being in the sort of shooting environment, but was this being in a sort of scripted?
Completely out of my comfort zone, massively. I'm confident as hell, done a lot of reality TV shows, and even reality TV, you think, yeah, a little bit acting because you get to know what the camera, what the audience is like, and you play off that kind of thing. But when it came to this, I mean, when I had the meeting with Chris, I instantly got an acting coach, 4 months doing that, every day, doing it. It was draining, it was long, but it was well worth it. When I got on set, 90 people there, cameras on cranes. I was the only one of my scenes, so you've got no one to bounce off as well. So when I went to my first scene, I was like, this is quite daunting, being by myself, all these people looking at us, these cameras. And he was at action, I was like, shit. So yeah, it was good though, because after the first 2 scenes, I mean, I filmed for 14.5 hours straight. I was absolutely knackered by the end of it. But Chris was so good with working with us. He made it really easy. And after that, after the first 2 scenes, it was just free flowing. I felt like I'd been doing it for years.
So how do you end up in the Australian outback from Geordie Shore? How do you end up? Were you shot in the middle of nowhere? Were you shooting in the middle of nowhere?
Middle of nowhere. I was shitting myself. There's spiders and snakes out there. I was on the floor when there's a scene, obviously, where I've got the barbed wire around my leg. Trust me, that scene was pretty much real. The wire was around my leg, and it was knacking. And Chris was saying,
that's quite. You know, there's quite a lot of injury detail in that, but it looks
it
quite.
went on for ages, and he was like, I want to get that full pain. He was like, tighter, and I was like, I can't take any more. Are you joking? It's bleeding. But I mean, it was worthwhile. I mean, it went on for ages, but like the adrenaline gets you through and the enjoyment, and then he was so hands-on with everything, with working with us. He just made it really easy. It was really enjoyable as well.
And is it something you're going to continue? Is it something you continue to pursue? Have you got anything lined up? Anything?
100%. Boar's, I mean, like Geordie Shore gave me a platform for the reality TV shows. Boar's already done that. I've got a few meetings in LA, possibly at the end of this year, I think, and then there's 1 or 2 things we're going back to Australia at the end of next year. So we'll see what Chris has in store as well.